Presentation on regularly rinsing your nose with saline helps prevent coronavirus. That little picture on the left is called a neti pot. It's basically, I guess, the medical tool used to rinse your nose with. All right, let's jump right into it. So, what is the coronavirus? So, as you all know, it is now we're in a worldwide pandemic because of it, but it was originated from China in December of 2019. It's called COVID-19. It stands for Coronavirus Disease 2019. It's a strand of SARS and I believe influenza. Um, the symptoms usually include, but they're not limited to, coughing, shortness of breath, diarrhea, fever, headaches, sore throat. Um, it's basically the same uh, symptoms that you would have from the other strands of virus, like, for example, the common cold or the flu, like the influenza you get is in season, in the wintertime and stuff like that. But this is very dangerous because, like I said, it is a new and different strand, and no one is immune to it. So it's highly transmissible because nobody has the immune support to conquer this virus, unfortunately. And it is very, very, very easily spread. So you can get it by touching a doorknob. You can get it if someone sneezes on you, if they cough on you, if you touch plastic, if you don't wash your hands, there's a lot of different ways to get this. So it's extremely dangerous and spreads extremely easily. Um, so how to prevent the transmission of COVID-19? So the WHO put out the HOW, I'm sorry, they put out a wonderful advertisement with the five fingers, and it says "Stay home, save lives." I've driven on the LIE, the Long Island Expressway, and the Parkway. They all have the signs that say "Stay home, save a life, help stop coronavirus." It's everywhere. Everywhere you go, there's ads on Netflix. Hulu. There's ads on TV itself. It is pretty much the best way to prevent this is quarantining, and that's why we were in quarantine for so long. Um, they have 5 rules of preventing COVID-19 transmission. They say stay home as much as you can, keep a safe distance, wash your hands often, cover your cough, and if you're sick, you should call ahead to the hospital to let them know that you're coming in with symptoms that may not be the corona but are related to. So, what is saline? So saline is a type of chemically created water, basically, that has different uses both in the medical field and for personal use, which is pretty cool. I put some pictures up of the different companies that make, that's for wound wash, so to clean out your wound. That's for contact lenses, to clean your contact lenses, and that's for your eyes, the one in the middle, the saline solution, so you'd rinse your eyes out with it and stuff like that. Like I said, you could put it in your nose. It's used mostly to clean deep wounds, lubricate your contact lenses to clean them, and it helps people who suffer from dry eyes. If you ever go, visit the hospital, or for whatever reason you have to go, I wouldn't say majority of them, but a lot of those IV bags are saline solutions. It's a drip bag basically, and you would use that if you were dehydrated or ketoacidosis and stuff like that. Saline is a mixture of sodium chloride, and it's on the pH scale with the 5.5, so it is a little acidic. Let's see. How does saline solution really work? So saline solution actually rinses out your nasal passages. So if you were to, let's say we're using, because the myth is, putting it in your nose, so we're going to use it as if you're putting it in your nose. It rinses out your nasal passages. It really restores the moisture, and it kind of I don't even know the word. Geez, it gets rid of the inflammation of the membrane. So your sinuses and all that stuff, it will decrease the inflammation that's going on there. And when it goes through your nose and it goes through, you could see the picture of the cilia and the mucus. When it goes through the cilia, it's actually removing anything that's in there, and it's bringing it down your throat, and you're essentially swallowing whatever is there. Majority is used for bacteria. And when you swallow it, it's really not a big deal. It's harmless 9 times out of 10. The WHO actually put out a statement. I actually found this when I was debusting my myth, and it said there's no actual link between saline solution rinsing being beneficial to preventing the COVID-19. But they did say it is helpful to fight off the common cold faster. So if you have the common cold, you have symptoms of that, you can actually use that to, down your nose to clear out your nasal passages, to reduce swelling and stuff like that for a common cold, not COVID-19 though. So that brings us to the main point, and it's, can saline solution really kill the coronavirus? Let's see. Oh, it's a myth. Who would have thought? It really comes down to the concentration of the saline. So if you go to the hospital, if you buy it in a bottle, they have it even marked on the bottle. It's 0.85%. So if you go to CVS, like I said, or the hospital, that's the normal concentration of saline solution that they would use. Anything higher or lower, even like especially lower, wouldn't really do much. But anything higher, there are species that become more sensitive to it. So we're talking at a 0.85, which is less than 1%. You have species out there that would be affected if the saline solution was 10% or 15 or 20%. So that's a big jump of sodium chloride mixture going up like that. I don't know if I'm saying this right. Halophiles, I believe, the type of bacteria, they live off a high concentration of salt, which is I found pretty interesting to learn. So putting them in a solution with like less than they're used to, which I believe was like a less than 20% range, would actually kill them. So you think putting a higher concentration of something to kill off a bacteria would kill them, but actually putting a lower concentration, it's like you're taking the oxygen out of what we need. So we need a normal oxygen rate of, I believe, 19, 20, something like that. Taking that out would kill us, and it's the same thing for sodium chloride. But there is no link whatsoever that putting saline solution down your nose is going to kill